everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Tech and Beyond, where we explore innovation, ideas, and insights shaping the digital landscape. My name is Peter Mary here today. So here at the agency, we are celebrating the Cybersecurity Awareness Month, which is themed Cyber Hygiene for a Safer Tomorrow. So for the whole of October 2025, we'll be talking about cybersecurity related matters. So here at the studio today, we'll be talking about a topic that affects each and every one of us. I will be focusing on cybersecurity best practices at workplace. Now, we know with technology being involved in every aspect of our work, the need to protect our data, our computer, and our personal information has never been more crucial. Whether you work in government, in private organization, or a freelancer, it is important to take your cybersecurity or your security online very seriously, and it starts with awareness and action. So I have here with me in the studio today Dr. Lawan Mohammed, the Director of Cybersecurity Department at the National Information Technology Development Agency, NICTA. And together we'll be exploring how individuals, our employees, our organization can take cybersecurity serious, not just as an obligation, but as a shared responsibility. It's a pleasure to have you again in the studio, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. I know with the Cybersecurity Awareness Month being in the corner, I know your desk has been filled with activities and events and whatnot. So how have you been so far, sir?
Yeah, actually, as you rightly mentioned, October month is one of the months that we celebrate Cybersecurity Awareness campaign.
Yeah.
And not only NITDA, I believe that many other organizations are organizing similar event. So what we do here in NITDA is actually to really sensitize our staff as well as people outside the agency. So it's a campaign program covering both internal staff and people, even private sectors, as well as businesses. We even go to remote areas for roadshow, to villages, to marketplaces, and so on. So in addition to October months, there are a lot of other awareness months globally celebrated by many organizations. Like in November, we have Computer Security Day. In February every year, we have Safer Internet Day. So October month is one of them actually. So as you see that we have a lot of campaign banners and a lot of programs on social media. Our handles, if you check our NITDA handles, you see a lot of programs that we issue. We post, and also we go to schools, and even office of the head of service. We are planning to go there in next week.
Okay.
So these are the kind of engagement that we do in order to ensure that the awareness reach to cover a larger coverage of the Nigerian citizens.
Well, I know it's going to be very impactful, and I'm also looking forward to see how they want to
Sure, you will see that you'll be onboarded also.
All right, let's get straight to it. I want you to please, in simple term, for those people who might not even know what cybersecurity is. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who think cybersecurity is a kind of like big term or something. So for the sake of our viewers who might not understand what cybersecurity is, can you explain to us what cybersecurity is, like in workplace especially?
Okay, cybersecurity, the basic term when you talk about cybersecurity is ensuring three things, which we call CIA: confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data. Confidentiality is to ensure that only authorized person who has can have access to confidential information or data. Integrity is to ensure that data is not tampered. So supposing you are transferring 100,000 to your friend, when you add 10, imagine what it should be. And then availability is to ensure that authorized person who has the right to access information or data has that access right. He is not denied to have that access. So when you preserve these three things, you are preserving the basic cybersecurity culture in your organization.
So for those who might not know the importance of it, aside you practicing the cybersecurity in workplace to ensure your data, your personal information, I mean, say how important it is, how crucial it is, aside from the employees and leader outside the agency, how important is cybersecurity?
The important is, as I said, for example, if your data is compromised, if sensitive data or secure data has been compromised and exposed or disclosed to third party, so that integrity is no longer there.
Sure.
So if suppose I'm working in it and I have to access cloud, one of the cloud storage to do my job, and I'm denied to do the job because that system has been hacked. So I'm not able to do my job. So that is attack on the availability of the data to do my job. So if you receive a message from HR telling you to maybe disclose your bank details, and maybe that message is not coming from the HR, it's from the third party or some attackers. So it means something is wrong with the integrity of that message. So it's very, very important to ensure that every organization has this cybersecurity culture and to ensure that all staff are well informed so that they can preserve the security of the system. And the culture is very important because no matter how much you spend in getting some of the security tools, the hardware and software, if the data is compromised, if the access is compromised, the security is no longer useful. I'll give you a simple example. What we do these days is to ensure that we have a login details when you want to access your system or cloud storage. You need to have maybe user ID and password. So if that user ID and password has been compromised by a third party, it means that person who knows the ID and password will have access.
Yeah.
The system cannot detect that this is not the actual person.
True.
So that's why it's very important to build that culture to know that there are ways that this attacker can trick you to disclose these credentials or sensitive credentials or login details. So that's why you have to well inform the staff on how to preserve their personal data and to ensure that they do not disclose it to third parties through some phishing attack or ransomware attack or different kind of attacks. Even it can be an insider attack. Someone from the organization can disclose access of some of this data to outsiders. It can be a phishing attack. You receive email or WhatsApp message that you have to key in your details, and you key in not knowing that that message is not coming from the attackers. So we need to really inform our staff on how to do this, how to maintain it, so that they don't get attacked by the attackers.
Now, that's a very nice perspective to look at it from. And I know some people think cybersecurity is about having strong password and an active antivirus software. It goes beyond that. It goes deeper than that. I would like for you to give us some common cyber threats, the most common cyber threat the employee face today in the workplace. Okay,
let me start with the password you just mentioned. Okay. Password is one of the most easiest tool that can be attacked, or security tools that can be attacked by attackers. And that's why in some organizations they encourage the use of a stronger password. So when you select your password, if it is a weak password, the system will prompt it that this password is not yes. So you need to have maybe a combination of both latest characters and special characters as well as numbers and so on. So, and in some organizations they have a password manager. The purpose of that manager is to ensure that you change your password periodically from time to time. So in other organizations we also encourage the implementation of multi-factor authentication protocol. It means that it's not only the password. In addition to the password, you need to attach or to add a combination of maybe who you are, biometrics. Biometric means your biometric features like a face or voice or fingerprint, so that you have both, even if the password has been compromised, at least the other biometric factor is not known to the attacker. So these are some of the process now to handle, because password is a very weak security tool. So again, in addition to the password manager and the multi-factor authentication protocol, you also employ what we call ISMS, Information Security Management System. Now, Information Security Management System is an entire system that has all this like password management, local device management, clear desk or clear table policy. For example, if I log into my laptop with my user ID and password, and for any reason I just leave the computer on, an attacker will have that access without really getting the password because it's already on.
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the policy is to ensure that the device is locked after 13 period of time without being active by the user. So when you step away from the office or step out of the office, the system will automatically check the screen.
Okay.
So these are the kind of things that when you have information security management system in place in the organization, all these kind of things can be addressed.
Well, we just want to know, like, I know there are a lot of this attack that we face. How do these threats, these cyber threats, sneak up on people into your system without being aware of it? And an example of a few of this kind of cyber threats that you might know of.
Okay, in office, the common cyber attack are like phishing attack.
Okay.
Phishing usually because we use WhatsApp messages, we use email messages, and you see email coming from someone you know with attachment. Maybe you click the attachment and that attachment is a phishing link and it will take you to somewhere else. Or you see the WhatsApp message and it will just compromise your account. So these are the most serious threat facing organization these days. In addition to the insider attack, I gave the example of insider attack.
Yes.
Someone just decided to give the talking details of your organization.
To a 20%.
So that one is something different. But insider attack is the most serious one. Because insider is something that the person decided just to allow the system to be compromised. A single loophole from one person in the organization can compromise the security of the entire system.
True. Now, earlier when you talk about building a cyber-aware culture, now beyond just following rules and regulation, how can organization build a culture where everyone feels responsible for cybersecurity?
That's why I give examples information security management system.
Okay.
Like what we do here in NITDA, we form a team of champions. These champions are from all the departments. It doesn't need to be a technical department.
Yeah.
The finance, the HR, the IT department, everyone is involved. Well, we get at least 3 staff from each of the department, and then we do a kind of training, in-house training for those staffs, and then they will go back and train their respective subordinate in the department. So, and the training, the activities we do is starting from the gate. The security at the gate need to be well informed. The drivers, the janitors in the departments need to be well trained. So it is a holistic approach where everyone in NITDA has to be trained, has to be part of that activity. And we do a kind of retreat program where we take these champions sometimes outside the agency to go and do a kind of training and awareness program, how they can assist when we have this kind of program that can program us. Organization need to have a dedicated team or champions, and each and every one of the member of the organization need to be trained, because it's like a family issue. You cannot leave one person out of it, because one guy, one person in the organization can compromise the security of the entire organization.
So it's a shared responsibility.
Yes, it's a shared responsibility. Exactly.
Well, I like the idea that cybersecurity is part of our collective efforts. It's a culture that everybody has to be involved in, not to be left to probably the organization or it's cybersecurity is their work. Let's leave them with their work. It's everybody that has to be involved. Now let's go remote. So people working from remote, like with remote and hybrid will becoming more common. How can employees stay safe while using like official data from outside or public network?
Just to give an example, it's NITDA.
Okay.
We have teleworking policy in NITDA. This policy is a kind of guideline that allow remote users or users to use the office services remotely.
Okay.
So it has guideline with accountability, responsibility, and to ensure that devices logging through other devices that are not allowed should not be used. So the guideline contains all the details of what is required and how we are going to use it to ensure that whoever access our resources remotely will be accountable and responsible for whatever happens in that channel. And then it's not all devices or any channel that you can use to access our devices remotely. So that policy contains almost everything regarding how you can work remotely and how you can use our services remotely, how you can access our cloud storage remotely, how you can access even your computer if it is in your office remotely.
Before you go, we would like you to give advice. This is your month, cybersecurity month. What advice will you give to agencies, organizations about cybersecurity? I know the team is building a cyber hygiene for a safer tomorrow. What can you say on that?
Well, my advice is for them to really follow NIDA's social media handles. We have series of advisories, press release, programs that we want people to access and to understand what we're doing. So my real advice is for everyone to be checking our website, our social media handles, and our programs, so that they will be more enlightened about our programs. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay, if there's any major thing we can take away from today's episode is that cybersecurity begins with you. It is a shared responsibility. Aside being an obligation, it's a shareable responsibility. And it begins with the link you click on, verifying your email, and to stay updated with security policies. There you have it today on today's episode of Tech and Beyond. This is the month of October, and we are celebrating the Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And it is Cyber Hygiene for a Safer Tomorrow. So thank you so much for always watching. I would like you to subscribe, leave us a review and your comments. Until we come your way next time, I remain your host, Peter Mary today. Bye for now.